Hey YouTube, that was really difficult. Welcome back to another video. Been super busy lately, so I have not made regular updates. This is going to be a cumulative update like I usually do. And let's start off with this. You can hear low register is not super easy on this thing. Yeah, that's what it's like. This is my 2000s student horn special 42B bell section with a counterweight. I need counterweights on mostly closed wrap horns, I guess. They're just a little front heavy with my Corporation slide and of course my Alessi 1C mouthpiece, which is what I've been using lately. And it does the job. It's okay. It works. It plays fine. It's like mostly in tune. The high range works. I like the sound. It's not a bad sound. It's not like a world-changing 42 sound, but it's good enough. It's really just the valve, man. It changes the sound so much when you put it down. And it doesn't play spectacularly well through the valve either. It works. I can get the job done. I can play all the notes. Just don't especially enjoy it. I can see 100% why the few generations of Bach 42 players before me wanted to open wrap this, put a different valve on, whatever. If nothing else than to just make it more even. And that's actually something the K valve, the soda can looking one that I have on a horn being built for me, that's one reason it's actually pretty good. It doesn't play that well, it's not like stupendously open, but it doesn't really change the sound when you put it down. It still sounds like the instrument that you're playing, rather than this where it's like Bach 42 sound, a slightly different sound. It's not bad, but it's a different sound. So very excited for my 42/36 project to be finished. It's actually going to be like 2.5 instruments, 2 different slides, 3 bells, a valve section, and a straight neck pipe. Really excited for that because this gets the job done, but like I have a concert tomorrow and I've had rehearsals already for it, and I'm just like, man, this would be more fun on a better instrument. So that's that. Gets the job done. I wish it was better. I do have this still, of course. Played it a couple days ago in quartets, and I thought it did an okay job. Few caveats though. My face felt like crap. I had overplayed the day before. We'll talk about that in a moment. We were outside. It was windy. I mean, there's just like a bunch of different factors, so I couldn't really evaluate this. I will play it again next week in quartets, and I can really tell you. I've also fixed the second valve problem. I just took it apart, cleaned it. It had a bunch of kind of gray gunk in there from assembly and chem cleaning and stuff, and now it's fine. These are loud. That's kind of what the Olsen axials do because of the ball bearings, but they are fast and they play so well. Honestly, I said this in the last video, but it kind of ruins a bunch of other instruments for me because it's so even in response and sound, and just, I'm really excited to play it. I have not been able to play it lately because I've been playing bass trombone at work, and I've been playing tenor trombone at gigs and at work. So this doesn't get played except for little tiny moments. Speaking of work and bass trombone, I've been taking this since I kind of just got lucky and found this and put it together. I was like, hey, I may as well see if I can use this as a work bass trombone, because of course the one I use there normally is a Yamaha Xeno 830, and as much as that instrument gets the job done, it's easy to play, it's in tune, it's so boring that it makes me want to have my own instrument again. Of course, I've had that before. I had that really cool 50 with a gold bell and stuff, and since this just popped up, and you know, I don't necessarily want to sell it just yet, I thought I'd try and make it work. And I took it in once, and it felt really quite good. And then the last couple times I've taken it in, it hasn't. And I guess 3 days ago now, I took this in and played it, and it just really wasn't doing it for me. I had to put in so much effort to like make articulations really speak. Really not happy with how I was playing, and I was kind of blaming my face for it, and then I realized that it's leaking. I took it to rehearsal yesterday, and I could just tell, I could hear a little spot somewhere in here going zzz, 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 when I would play certain notes. The articulations just felt so slow, and I knew my face was in better shape, And I was like, I don't think this is me. So I picked up the Xeno, and I was like, this is how I expect the bass trombone to feel. Obviously, it's super boring, but it works. So I think this needs to get worked on. I must have popped a solder. I'm thinking maybe maybe the tube here, the slide receiver going into the first valve. There might be a leak there. Not entirely sure. I don't think it's the valves themselves because they're in pretty good shape. They're nice and, as tight as I can make them. They seem to play okay, but there's some kind of leak going on. So for now, this is sidelined, not going to get worked on, or not going to get played, I should say. It will get worked on. Also, the slide for this is going to get retubed. It's going to get one new lower tube pretty soon, so I will have another slide that I can use. It'd be really cool if I could play this with that slide at work and just have kind of like this cheap bass trombone that does the job. Right now, it is unplayable, and I'm really glad I figured that out soon. I was kind of like, this isn't entirely me. This is the instrument. In the past, I've always blamed myself for way too long and just struggled. This time, I finally figured it out before the very end, which made me pretty happy, actually. Oops. Also relating to that is I bought another case. You guys know my super fine leather gig bag. I really like this thing. It's got the separate slide pocket. It's got kind of like this small bell section setup. I got this to replace my Marcus Pana, which is a really good case, of course, but this is just super baller. And I've been looking for a black one in Cordura, the not leather. Like a Cronkite version, because Cronkite came out with the first bags. These are not a copy necessarily, but made by the same people. And so I found one. I found this. This Cronkite Cordura black bass trombone gig bag. Well, not quite. So I got it in the mail, and I put my bell section in it, and it fits quite snugly. Interestingly enough, yes, this bell gusset, the kind of wood thing in the end, is 9.5 inches around, so it fits a bass bell perfectly. I'm not like forcing it in there. But this end is pretty small. It's not very wide, so I was like, huh, that's interesting. And then the slide section just barely fits a small bore slide. This is my King 3B slide, and you can see it fits perfectly. There's no wiggle room here. That's exactly what is supposed to fit in there. You can smash in a large slide, 42, or a bass slide. You can just barely close the zippers, but it's probably kind of slightly bowing things over time. So I don't know what this bag is for. The bell gusset, 9.5 inches, so a large bell gusset. And then the rest of the bag is kind of small. It tapers a lot compared to my other bag. You can see this width right here. And let's take that slide out so I don't drop it. You can see this width right here is much less. It's just smaller in every way. So honestly, I don't know what this bag is for. I asked the guy who made this bag, who used to work at Cronkite. He was just like, I don't know, man. That might be custom or something, like a German trombone. Like what? Nothing has this big of a bell, but then a small bore slide. So it's a cool bag, but I can't use it. I think I'm going to sell it. I mean, it would definitely fit like a 3BF or something. I don't have any use for it. I can't put a bass in there. I actually asked him for a quote on a new slide bag that would fit a bass slide, and it was like $300 just for that. I was like, that's just not worth it. I mean, I'll find another bag someday that's probably going to be about that price. So pretty disappointed on that. I usually get pretty good luck when I just buy things online, sight unseen. I don't play them first, and I have pretty good luck. Finally, got some bad luck. Had a horn spring a leak on me. Got the wrong gig bag somehow. So that's all right. The bad luck will, counter itself out with some good luck later. So that's all I got. Been super busy. I'll make some videos coming up soon where I actually will play these cool instruments for you. Got to take it easy today, and I'll see you guys next time.